It's a quiet afternoon here at Willow Grove. The sun feels warm on my face, and the air smells faintly of lavender from the garden. Most of the residents are napping, but I like this hour, when the world slows down enough for memories to visit. Sometimes, when I close my eyes, I can still hear the laughter echoing through my old house. My family, my children, my husband. People see an old woman here, but once I was someone's whole world. Our house was always alive. The kitchen was my kingdom, the smell of pancakes on Sunday mornings, the sound of the radio humming in the background. My husband, Thomas, had this silly habit of leaving his coffee cup near the window every morning. Said it was his way of greeting the sunrise. And our children, Emily and Jack, they filled the walls with laughter. Every day felt like a promise that life would always stay this beautiful. I didn't know then that happiness has seasons, and mine was about to change. Thomas got sick one winter. At first, we thought it was just a cold, but weeks became months. I remember sitting by his bedside, holding his hand, praying that time would stop, just for us. He smiled even in pain. He said, "Maggie, promise me you'll keep living." Don't turn our love into loneliness, I promised. When he passed, the house suddenly felt too big. Every corner whispered his name, but I kept it all together. For the kids. Emily got married and moved to Chicago. Jack found a job overseas. I told them I was proud, and I was, but when I closed the door after their visits, the silence was unbearable. Phone calls came often at first. Then, slowly, the calls got shorter. They'd say, "Mum, I'll visit next month," but months became years. That's how distance grows, not in miles, but in forgotten moments. One rainy evening, I slipped by the back stairs. The neighbours found me the next morning. Emily flew down, stayed a few days, and told me she'd found a wonderful place. A community, she called it, where I'd have company, care, and friends. She said, "Mum, you'll love it there." I smiled and said yes. But that night, I cried quietly. It wasn't the move that hurt. It was realizing I was no longer needed. At first, everything here felt strange. I missed my garden, my old radio, the creaky sound of my wooden floor. But over time, I began to see the beauty here too. There's Mary, who never stops telling jokes. Harold, who plays chess every evening. We've become each other's family, bound not by blood, but by stories. Sometimes when we sit under the oak tree, we share the lives we once had. It's strange how pain feels lighter when someone else listens. Last week I received a letter. It was from my granddaughter, little Sophie. She's only 10, but she wrote, "Grandma, I miss you. When I grow up, I'll buy a big house and you'll live with me forever." I smiled for the first time in days. You see, sometimes love skips a generation and finds its way back, pure and untouched by time. That little girl reminded me that love never really leaves, it just changes its address. Now, when I sit by the window and watch the sunset, I don't feel lonely anymore. This place, these people, they are my new story. We may have lost parts of our past, but together we've built something beautiful, a circle of warmth, kindness, and memory. Maybe home isn't a place after all. Maybe it's the feeling of being seen, heard, and loved, no matter where you are. If anyone asks, I'll tell them I had a good life. I've known love, I've known loss, and I've learned that even in goodbye, there's grace. And tonight, as I close my eyes, I'm thankful for every laugh, every tear, and every second that made me who I am. Because even when home became just a memory, I still found my way back to love.